I'm in the market for a new electric vehicle, and I heard about this one brand called Porsche or Porsche. Ooh. And what vehicle to go with than their best-selling one, the Macan EV. So today we're gonna go head-to-head between the Macan EV as well as the Tesla Model Y to see if it's really worth it for this badge. Because why on God's green earth would anyone pay, and this one is $112,000 for this?
12 seconds later.
Holy, oh man, I want one. Meanwhile, the Tesla Model Y starts at just $44,900. That means for the price of one Macan, you could buy two Model Ys. But here's the crazy part. When I went to build one online, I was shocked. Extra $280 just to use your phone as a key. And if you want that fake engine exhaust sound, it's an extra $500. However, one thing I love was how you can truly customize your Porsche to make it your own. It's so awesome. Like even these blue lights, you can customize it to make it look like it's an electric Macan. Whereas with the Tesla, you get 6 paint colors to choose from and just 2 interior options, black or white. And that's it. But the real question is the most important part of any car: how's the driving? They have different mods to choose from: 0 to 60, 3.1 seconds, all the way to 5.4 seconds. They even have launch control. This is the 4S model with 509 horsepower, but I mean, who needs that much power? Ooh. Ooh. Holy, okay, it's fast. It's fast, but the control is amazing. But we're gonna go ahead and switch it up. We're gonna put it into sport mode. Sport mode stiffens it up. Woo! Holy, you have so much control in the turns. I feel like oh my God. I could really grip it and rip it. Okay, Sport Plus, Sport Plus. Sport Plus lowers the suspension. Spoiler goes up. Holy. The crazy thing is, it's not like mind-numbingly fast, like a Tesla Plaid or anything like that, but you make up for it with the best handling in the world. The handling is so good. I love the fake engine sounds. Yes, I would pay $500 for this. I'm so sorry. It's so much fun. Like, look at that. The control is amazing. It's insane. But one thing to note is you can turn regenerative braking on or off, and it also isn't that strong. Okay, no regen. There's like no regen braking. So you don't get that true one-pedal driving that you have in a Tesla. It definitely is not an EV feeling car. I'm like not even pushing my foot on the accelerator, and it's just coasting. They did that on purpose. People who buy this car aren't buying it for the regen braking to save their brake. Because we're on the sports suspension, it's definitely a bumpier ride. I feel the bumpiness. I think because it's a performance vehicle, right? But the way they adjusted the dampeners, the way they adjusted the suspension, even though you feel the bumps, it's not a harsh ride. Also, it does have an option for rear wheel steering for an additional $2,110. But it just feels so good. Oh man, I want one. I want one now. What's up? That guy's a Macan. Yeah, me too. Driving this car is so much fun. If you've never driven a Porsche, holy moly, now I know why it's so expensive. Now, with Teslas, it's very simple. Everything is done through the screen. You can change the acceleration from chill and sport, that's it. You can now customize the deceleration or the regenerative braking from reduced to standard, which is nice. No gear shifter, it's all done through the screen here. 0 to 60 in 4.6 or 5.4 seconds. So, I mean, it zooms. No air suspension. However, with the new Model Y, they redid the whole thing, so it's much more comfortable. I'm going over all these bumps, and it's a pretty smooth ride, surprisingly. No option for rear wheel steering or anything like that, but handling is good. It hugs the curves well. Like, look at that. Whoo! It's amazing. It does a very good job at that control. Has true one-pedal driving, so if I let my foot off of the brake, it slows down really, really well. But the driving is great. It's almost as good as the Porsche in certain aspects, but I think Porsche is still definitely gonna be better on that part. But the one thing that really separates Tesla from Porsche and all these brands is Tesla's full self-driving. I'd have to give the point to the Porsche on driving. It's so cool, man. Overall, the look of the Macan is so beautiful. It's completely changed from the ground up versus their gas version. So it's not like off of the same architecture or anything, completely brand new. You got the nice electric logo here. And I just love how you can customize every single detail down to the seats. You can even put a custom logo right in here. Whereas with the new Model Y, the refresh is clean. It has a nice LED bar in the front, as well as a super cool rear LED diffuser. However, overall it's unique and it looks good. But I've got to hand it to this one, to Porsche. It just offers more options. But how's the interior? This isn't even the most premium, but it is so nice in here. Oh my God, I want one. Like, it just feels so good. So it's weird. One thing that's a little interesting is I think the car is on and ready to go, but they have a power button here. So I'm not sure why they have a double power button. You just put your foot on the brake and you're good to go. Something a lot of EVs don't do. So I'm happy Porsche does that. The crazy thing is though, oh, sounds so nice. Mostly everything in this car costs extra, but you can upgrade anything you want to and make it unique. Like even the side trim, you can upgrade, sound system, of course, and you can customize the clock, the center console, the seat stitching, and then ventilated seats, $670 upgrade. And depending on how much you want to pay, you can upgrade your seat to like 18-way lumbar support with massage seats as well. You see this fire extinguisher here? It's also an upgrade. The upgrades, it's either a good and bad thing, because the good thing is you can customize it to however you like, make it unique, all from factory, so it's super luxurious, super premium. But the bad thing is the price really adds up, which is why my Porsche that I wanted cost so much money. But everything just feels so premium. This is touch sensitive here, so nice. And then you have a roof shade, you have wireless charging here as well. How they did it is so nice. Look at that. I could just do a video on ASMR alone. 12.6-inch display that shows all your drive modes, shows data, shows maps. 10.9-inch screen here that gives you more info, and as well as another 10.9-inch screen, of course, for an upgrade and extra in the passenger as well. And it's cool because the RGB lighting changes based on your drive modes and certain settings. Like for instance, if someone's in your blind spot, this will kind of blink to let you know. Everything about the front part is premium, but then we get into the back. Now the second row, it's a little tight. And the crazy thing is, this is actually 1 inch longer than the Tesla Model Y. But I'm 6'3", I just sat there, and sitting here, it feels cramped. Not only that, for some reason, this thing just like jutting out. There's like no space, and I can't even put my foot in this middle area. There's a mini transmission tunnel, which is weird because this is a complete redesign. So that is a little disappointing. Headspace is okay too, because you have this piece that kind of comes down. You're gonna be touching your head if you're my height. And shoulder space is not the best. It does have, I thought it would be a full glass roof, but there is a crossbar in the middle here. I feel like this is a 4-person vehicle. You can't really have anyone sitting in the middle here because it's cramped. And you have cup holders here. Now, one thing is, for an upgrade, you can have a second row climate control vent. So you have tri-zone climate control. Because there's not one here, you just have like an empty space where you can put your phone, 2 USB-C ports for charging. You cannot even recline the seats. Also, no heated rear seats. If you wanted heated rear seats, they do have that option for an optional $600. So not the most comfortable in the back of the Porsche Macan EV compared to the Tesla Model Y. But I'm not meant to sit in the back. I'm gonna sit in the driver's seat driving all the time because of how much fun it is. Oh, I can't even get out of this thing. It's small, but it's premium. Now this is the interior of the new Tesla Model Y. All soft, to really help absorb the sound because you know it's an electric car. You have RGB lighting, no gear stock. You do have a turn signal stock, which is nice. So it's all done through the screen over here. They made this for tall people. I have a solid 4-finger width of space, good shoulder space, blind spots are good. You have a nice glass roof. Like the interior is nice. It's like an IKEA interior. It does the job, it's simple. Sometimes you'll creak here and there, but overall they improved it by a lot. It's solid, I like it. But honestly, coming from the Porsche to this, it's like a complete night and day difference. The Porsche is like 3 times as nice, but it costs 3 times as more. And then with the Teslas, you know, flush door handles, nothing pops out, nothing luxurious. You just have to push here and then pull like that. Now coming to the second row, already a huge difference versus the Macan EV. I just sat here, I'm sitting here, and I have a solid 2-finger widths of space. Interior simple, it's nice, very open, very wide. My head is not touching. My hair is touching, not my head. And then also the seats recline. Let's see, I'm coming up and I'm going back. Lots of space back here. And the beauty with this bad boy is you have heated seats, something that you don't have to pay extra for. And you have a nice screen here to control climate. You can control music, Netflix, you can play video games. It's just super nice to have. It's a very family-oriented vehicle, all included. And in the middle here, just have some cup holders. So the interior in the Tesla Model Y, it's cheap, it does a decent job, but it's very, very simple, right? The interior for premiumness and luxury feeling, Porsche for sure gets a point on that. But for like space and value, interior-wise, I'm gonna have to give it to the Model Y. Now let's talk about practicality. Because I mean, if you have this car, and especially it's an EV, you're gonna wanna take it on road trips, if you have family, kids, or whatnot. The trunk is a decent size, 19 cubic feet with the second row seats up. With the second row seats down, it's around 47.6. You do have the option to lower the second row with this switch here, but unfortunately it's all manual. So if you want to raise it, you do have to raise it manually. They have a optional 115 volt outlet right here. And what's cool is you can lower the suspension over here if you're like carrying heavy items or something, because it is pretty high right now, but it is nice that you can lower the suspension. Sub trunk is pretty much where they house like the sub, so you have like no sub trunk space. But the beauty is you do get a small frunk for your charging cables and stuff. Because that's nice, right? Because they completely redesigned it, they made sure they have a frunk for us to use. But here, it's like a decent size. You can put your charging cables here. They have like a little, like, I don't know what the point of this is, like a cutout here. It's automatic in the sense that it automatically pops open, but it's with these hinges. To close it, you have to manually close it. I don't know why Tesla didn't do that. It's so simple to think of. Now, storage space, the Model Y trunk is huge. Like, look at all this storage space. It's so much space. I can go all the way back here, and I have all this space here, which is awesome. Not only that, I get tons of space on the side compartments here. Like, it is insane how much space you have. You have no sub or anything like that. Look at all this storage space here. It's just non-stop storage. It's so deep. It goes all the way to like my elbow. And you also have more storage here. And one cool thing is we can fit so much camping gear, so much stuff in the Tesla Model Y. I feel like a lot of people don't realize how much storage space you have in the Tesla Model Y versus like all the other competitors. It's insane. You can camp in your Tesla, you can have camp mode on. Another feature that I love that's all included is just the ability to lower the second row automatically. If the first row seats are too far forward, it'll move the first row seats forward so you can bring it down. So see how this first row seats kind of move forward a little bit and it comes back up? So it folds completely flat. Then when it comes back up, it does the same thing, all automatic. That is a great feature. And that's not the only thing. Another great thing the Tesla Model Y has is a frunk. However, it's not an automatic frunk. This one's still manual, but look at all this space. You have all this space here, has a drain plug. If you wanted to store ice, you can do that as well. You even fit a carry-on luggage, which is nice. They did a great job. So as far as practicality is concerned, I'm gonna have to give a point to the Model Y. Now, one super unique thing about this Porsche is this. This has the digital one. So they have two models, of course, an upgrade if you want the digital package where this mechanically moves, otherwise it's manual. So you have slow charging here and you're thinking, what? You can only slow charge this bad boy? They thought of this. Now with Teslas and supercharging, it's on this side. So a lot of people, they put it on the front or something so it hogs two spots. But this bad boy has it on both sides and you don't hog two spots. But it is CCS, so you will need an adapter. And the great thing about this is it supports up to 270 kilowatts. So it's actually faster than a Tesla Model Y charging speed at only 250 kilowatts. But that's only the case if you can get a third-party fast charger to actually reach that speed. Now, one thing you have an EV, what about charging? What about navigation in that part? How easy is it to navigate? Responsive screen, I like it. So this is nice, where it shows you a layout of how many miles you can travel. And the Macan range is decent at 288 to 315 miles. And then you can see that it wants me to stop here once at a 350 kilowatt EV Go. So I like that. Very simple, 18% I'm gonna arrive with, and I have to charge up to 80% 19 minutes. So it's good, right? It's good, but it's not as good as Tesla's because Tesla's is naturally integrated no matter what. The gold standard, NACS Tesla plug. It's so good, every car brand in America is starting to switch to this one. 250 kilowatts is literally plug and play at any Tesla supercharger. It routes automatically on the Tesla screen. It tells you bathrooms, any food nearby, tells you how many are available, how long the wait time is. It makes driving a Tesla so easy and so convenient. And with a range of 327 to 357 miles, you can get to where you need to go with the Model Y. As far as ease of use goes for charging, and the speeds are very, very good, Tesla wins for sure on that. Now the tech, right? We always want to compare the tech, especially when you're coming from a Tesla with probably the best tech in any car brand. However, you know, it's a legacy car brand, but it does a decent job. The UI is responsive. It has the basics. It has themes, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. They do have some apps like YouTube. You do have to log in and download it and stuff. So it is nice to have some tech, but that's pretty much it. You don't have Netflix, you don't have dog mode. It's just a very basic, but it works, user interface and layout, which is kind of the reason why people who get Porsches in the first place they don't want all this fancy stuff. They want to be able to drive it, right? And that's what they do. They make sure it's an easy driving experience. They have park assist for an upgrade. They have a 360 panoramic view monitor for an upgrade. They have a super cool heads-up display that shows virtual reality, like the BMW iX, for an upgrade. Now the tech is what really separates every car brand from Tesla. You get self-driving features. It has a built-in dash cam, which is free when you buy a Tesla. You have great controls in the app, and it's also free to use. You can have a rave light show at night. You have dog mode, you have camp mode. You can watch Netflix, watch YouTube, play games, and there's constant updates making the car better and better over time. It's just a fun car to be in. So as far as tech goes, definitely Tesla wins for sure. And finally, value. As an everyday person, you know, I'm Everydaychris. Is the Porsche Macan EV worth it? Because the price ranges a lot, but it's still very, very expensive. Now, if you're talking about driving dynamics, if you're talking about quality service, even though it's a Macan EV, you probably still have to service it every once in a while, then definitely this is pretty awesome. You get much better driving. The Porsche German craftsmanship is insane. You can customize so much of the vehicle, to make it your own, make it unique. It does cost a lot, but it's super cool that you can do that. And it's all straight from Germany. And another pro, the CEO of Porsche, is probably under the radar, and he isn't unique. But I can't help but say that Teslas are the best bang for your buck vehicle, and it's such a great value. 357 miles for only $45,000. You get automatic second row seats, you have a rear screen, you get ventilated and heated seats all included. And while it may feel like an IKEA on the inside due to the simple interior for some people, it honestly makes up for it because it's a good price. It has good software. Driving is really good as well. And it has tons of storage space and utility. So as far as value is concerned, I'm gonna have to give a point to Tesla on that one. So I'm not sure if I could trade in my Model Y just yet. But Porsche isn't about value. It's about passion. I mean, I think it's the driving alone. The driving alone is so much fun. So I guess the real question is, do you buy with your head or your heart?